I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. You know why? Because we're talking about WrestleMania 22. That's why. Um, WrestleMania 22 is a WrestleMania that I'm definitely half and half on, somewhere in the middle. They promoted the heck out of it, but there were way too much boring filler. It was way too much for boring filler in my book. What on earth were people like the Boogeyman and a Playboy pillow fight doing on this card? Just a lot of questionable decisions. However, WrestleMania 22 started a lot of great things, but also a lot of bad stuff. And while I like seeing, no, I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say. So yeah, WrestleMania 22. Here we go. Starting out, we got the World Tag Team Championship match. Kane and Big Show defending their championships against Carlito and Chris Masters. Decent pop for the champs. The crowd at this point was begging for Carlito to turn face, and they got what they wanted, but it failed miserably. The match itself was actually okay. Big Show and Kane retained their titles, nothing too special. Now, we get to my personal favorite Money in the Bank ladder match. That has taken place at a WrestleMania. We get Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Matt Hardy, Finlay, RVD, and Ric Flair. RVD gets an enormous pop. The weakest... Well, I think this is... Well, it's not the weakest, but I think it's one of the best. I think it's my personal favorite of Money in the Bank pay-per-views to happen at WrestleMania. It's pretty good. Some memorable spots and an electric crowd make this highly entertaining. Especially when you got Ric Flair in there, and Matt Hardy, and Rob Van Dam. I mean, you knew Ric Flair in a ladder match, a 6-person ladder match. You knew it was going to be memorable just having him in there. But either way, RVD wins the briefcase to a big-time pop. Now we get the U.S. Championship match. Chris Benoit defending his title against John Bradshaw Layfield. Their styles in this matchup didn't really mesh well, and in the end, I was pretty bored, to be honest with you. I also didn't see the point of JBL winning, although he was going that whole true American hero gimmick, wrestling god, if you will. But JBL wins by using the ropes, and he wins by using the ropes. There you go. Now, we get the hardcore title match. Hardcore title match. Excuse me. No, drop the word title. We get a hardcore match featuring Edge with Lita in his corner against Mick Foley. And Lita, as always, is looking mighty fine. Some of the sickest stuff I've ever seen in this match, by far. Foley poured his heart into this match, and Edge took his game to a whole new level. This is probably WWE's best hardcore match. If not, it's definitely close. Edge wins with an amazing moment when he spears Mick Foley through a flaming table. And this match was voted on NoDQ.com as the match of the year in 2006. So, there you go. Now we get the handicap match. Booker T and Sharmell versus the Boogeyman. This match was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. The Boogeyman feels like one of those pathetic 90s rejects characters the WWF used to use back in like the mid to late 90s. And the crowd was absolutely dead for this. And what a surprise. The Boogeyman wins. Moving right along. We get to one of my favorite women's championship matches ever. Mickie James versus Trish Stratus. During the match, the crowd turns on Trish, and they're firmly on Mickie's side, eating up every psycho moment. Mickie James has rarely been better here. This is one of the best women's matches in the history of the WWE. The wrestling itself probably gets a 3-star rating for most, but the psychology and the stuff that happened was truly out there. It was beautifully booked, and both women and guys like me who will find Mickie James stunts very, very sexy. If only for that terrible botch at the end, I would consider this a classic. But either way, Mickie James wins with the chick kick. So your new women's champion is the great Mickie James. Now we get the casket match featuring Mark Henry versus The Undertaker. This match was boring with a capital B. The Undertaker should not have to face this big lug anywhere, let alone at the grandest stage of them all. Taker provides the few standout moments, of course, but Taker wins with a tombstone, which is an impressive feat considering that Mark Henry is over 400 pounds. Moving right along, you get the no holds barred match featuring Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon. Match-wise, it's nothing too special, but the stunts and HBK's out there tactics make it made for extremely entertaining times. My favorite had to be HBK's mock of Shane McMahon. HBK wins when he does the elbow drop off of the ladder through a table when Vince McMahon has his head covered with a trash can. Now we get the triple threat match between Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. To be honest with you, Rey Mysterio, in my opinion, did not deserve to be in this match to begin with. I'm sorry, but due to his size and unbelievability of it all, it just completely got on my nerves. I mean, seriously, the guy's like, what, 165 pounds, and he's a heavyweight champion? The match itself is spotty and inconsistent, with Angle providing the standout moments. God bless Eddie. I love him. I miss him. But the only reason Ray would have... But that's the only reason why Ray won, was to make money off of it. And that's how Vince McMahon likes to roll. And it's ridiculous. Angle should have gone over in this one. I'm sorry. Rey Mysterio definitely did not deserve to be the World Heavyweight Champion. Now we get the Playboy pillow fight. Pointless filler between Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle. What's the point of it? Yes, they're both sexy, but this is pointless. Tori Wilson wins by the roll-up. Now we get to the main event. John Cena versus Triple H. Now this match I was really, really, really looking forward to because I wanted to see Cena lose. But this was around the time where I was still kind of a Cena fan, but I was even more of a Triple H fan. So I really wanted to see Triple H win. And the crowd did too, because the crowd was firmly behind Triple H. When John Cena came out, he got booed almost out of the building. Big heat, a huge pop for Triple H. The atmosphere is absolutely electric here, with unflattering chants and brawling galore. It's actually a pretty exciting main event that both benefited the company but also hurt it, for sure. The crowd did not like the finish at all by Cena making Triple H tap out. I personally think he should have put Triple H over, but it's Cena. What are you going to do? But bottom line, WrestleMania 22 is entertaining in many parts, but in dull like a lot of others. It's too inconsistent to fully succeed. The crowd is great, and there is some quality stuff on here. But overall, it was a bit of a disappointment, but still worth a look at. Overall, I'm going to give WrestleMania 22 a... Let's go with a 7 out of 10. Best match of the night was probably the hardcore match. Damn it, I keep saying the hardcore title. The hardcore title is gone. The hardcore match featuring Mick Foley and Edge, and the worst match was the handicap match with Booker T and Sharmell against the Boogeyman. That's WrestleMania 22. Coming up next, WrestleMania 23.